You ever wonder, like nowadays, people read books and watch TV and about history, and how we used to nowadays we call the age of the dinosaurs. The ancient history, the time before Christ, the Roman Empire, and I was thinking about it, and 200 years, 500 years from now, they're gonna call this era from like the 2000s. They're gonna be calling this era the era of the hypocrisy, the great pretenders. Especially, just imagine a dad with his son or daughter, or maybe they just machine by now, AI, artificial humans. But the dad's telling history to the son. Here, son, on the 2000s, we call this era the hypocrisy era, the era of the pretender. And the dad's like, Daddy, why we call it that? He said, well, here, son, let me explain it to you. See, back in these days, people had felt too much. They had so much feelings for everything. They felt everything. So what I did was, when there was something horrible going across the country in another part of the planet, they used to put a little flag for that country and be like, we're staying with Ukraine, for about 2 weeks, because they had great feelings. When somebody dies that they don't never met, and they're like, oh my God, the queen died, broke my heart. And then they'll be like, we stand with the gays, we're standing with the blacks. See what I'm talking about? The pretender? See where I'm going? And then he'll be like, Daddy, what about these people here? It's like, oh, those are the great pretenders. See, those are the men that pretended to be women. Those are the women that pretended to be men. See, those are the ones that thought they were cats and gooses. Those we call those the great pretenders. You mind the history going? Just think about it. Think what the history books or computerized AI is gonna say about this era. The era of the great pretenders, where everybody pretends to care, but nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about the fucking submarine people. Nobody gives a shit about the queen. Everybody forgot about it. Who's talking about Ukraine? There's still people dying. Nobody gives a shit. That's why no relationship works, because nobody gives a shit. Everybody pretends to care. I love you, family, friends, and they're just pretending. I'll stand and pretend. That's why I call it the great hypocrisy era, where the pretenders used to live. Everybody pretends. Nobody really feels anything. And just pretending. 5 minutes, 2 weeks, and next to the next one. Women pretending to be boss bitches. We are queens. Meanwhile, you just doing porn on fucking internet and calling it content. I'm creating content. No, you are a prostitute. You're not a boss bitch. You are a prostitute. You're just pretending you're creating content. It's called porn. Yeah, I heard to bust your bubble. But when you have 200 boyfriends and you break with your boyfriend, and a week later you're pretending you cry that you love, but you already love with another guy, and you're pretending that the other guy is a narcissist. Let me tell you something. If you have 200 boyfriends, every month you got a new one, and they're all narcissists, look in the mirror. You are the narcissist, not them. Same shit goes for men. Not all women is the fucking problem. If you fucking blaming women for shit, all the women in your life for shit, look in the mirror. It's you. Stop pretending. Reflect on yourself and stop blaming others. It's your fault. is your fault.